You have to rate Daniel. Obviously, he's a very, very, very good fighter. Obviously, to his career that he's had so far. But I feel like when me and him meet, it's going to be a different story. It's just a matter of time.
And I wouldn't have liked to saw either of them, because I think the pair of those are past the best.
If they said to you, April, May, it's Dubois, or April, May, it's Usyk, you say immediately yes?
Of course.
No,
I would be silly not to take that, because I would end up in a better position taking that.
Moses isn't holding back, calling Dillian a quitter who'll bolt the moment it gets rough. He's digging into Whyte, shaky, recent form, those brutal stoppage losses, and reminding everyone this isn't the same feared brawler of old. Moses is here to expose him, not respect him.
We're just looking at fights to kind of get me into that later round, because I feel like with Usyk, I feel like I've got a better skill set than him, but I feel like towards the later rounds, he'll just outdo me, because I've never been in that sort of fight.
Moses sizes Dillian up with cold precision, predicting a cautious safety-first approach. But then comes the real hammer. If Dillian thinks he can pull out now, he better start running, because I'm coming and this isn't a game. It's a lesson in how quitting looks. It's confidence mixed with a warning, making it crystal clear that Whyte's tricks won't save him this time.
We're just looking at fights to kind of get me into that later round, because I feel like with Usyk, I feel like I've got a better skill set than him, but I feel like towards the later rounds, he'll just outdo me, because I've never been in that sort of...
And as the verbal shots land, Tyson Fury steps in with his own brutal take on Dillian's willingness to fight. Fury tears into Whyte, branding him a coward in a wet lettuce, fed up with the endless excuses. As Fury himself has said, Dillian's always ducking, always running. A real fighter stands and fights, but he collects excuses like trophies. It's the perfect summary of why fans feel Whyte's hunger has faded and his courage is in question.
When is he ready? I think he could beat most heavyweights in the world, with the exception possibly of Usyk and maybe Dubois, possibly AJ. The top 3 or 4, he's not ready for them yet.
Davies tries to defend Whyte, insisting he's not a quitter, but even he can't hide the truth lingering beneath the words. Deep down, he's seen the same pattern fans have. Every time the spotlight hits, he disappears. You call yourself a fighter, you're just a shadow chasing safety. Against Moses, that shadow won't survive the light.
Was certainly a much more dangerous fighter than he was. So he does have a chance to win the fight, but in saying that, I've backed against Usyk a couple of times, and specifically the Fury fights.
Gareth hints that Whyte is talking of rest, and stepping back could be smoke and mirrors. As he's also admitted before, it wouldn't surprise me if Dillian Whyte pulls out of this fight. He's done it before, and he's always looking for a way out. That lingering doubt says it all. Moses may not just beat Whyte in the ring, he might win by simply showing up.
My name is Itauma. Moses Itauma. I think a great fighter. The young, 20 years, yeah?
20.
Yeah, 20 years. I think Itauma have big future.
And the frustration in the boxing world only grows as more voices weigh in on the uncertainty around why Fraka's words cut deep, and rightly so. Whyte's career has become a circus of excuses, failed build-ups, and letdowns. As Frak himself put it, Dillian talks big, but when it's time to step in, he vanishes. Real fighters face the fire, not run from it. The truth, fans aren't just disappointed anymore. They're starting to see Whyte as the man who talks his way into big nights, then disappears when the heat rises.
He's got speed, he's got power, he's tough, he's game. He ticks all the boxes so far. So, let's see. Again, he's young. You know, he's not really been tested because what he's doing to these opponents. So, let's see. It's early days, but big future for him.
Mackenzie doesn't mince words, calling Whyte's behavior not just a professional embarrassment, but a personal shame, a slap in the face for his dad. That's a line that stings because it goes beyond boxing. It's about legacy, family pride, and the image a fighter leaves behind. Whyte has already given fans enough reasons to question his discipline, failed opportunities, suspect training camps, and that all-too-familiar retreat when things turn ugly. Now, Mackenzie is suggesting that this isn't just about failing the sport. It's about failing those who stood behind him from day one. Meanwhile, Moses is everything Whyte isn't right now. Disciplined, hungry, and with a spotless reputation that screams future champion. The contrast is brutal, and when they step into the ring, Moses will be looking to not just beat Whyte, but humiliate him in a way that makes these criticisms impossible to ignore.
I feel he knows and he's grown in confidence since that. I mean, he's in a great place, Dubois, and he can win that fight. He's a big natural heavyweight.
And if you thought Mackenzie's take was harsh, the next voice in the mix calls the entire scandal exactly what he believes it is. Nelson calls it straight, dismissing the whole poisoning scandal as fake news. And he's right to be skeptical. How many times have we heard wild excuses swirling around Whyte's career when things go south? One fight postponed for training issues, another derailed by misunderstandings, and now whispers of conspiracies. At some point, it stops being bad luck and starts being a pattern. Nelson's frustration mirrors that of fans who've watched this soap opera drag on far too long. And while Whyte is busy spinning narratives, Moses is putting in the work, smashing opponents, building his record, and staying away from controversy. That's the difference between a fighter on the rise and one on the decline. When the bell rings, there's no fake news, no excuses, just truth. And the truth might be that Whyte's days of dictating the narrative are about to be ended by a young, ruthless southpaw who's not buying any of it.
These guys are begging now for the payday. You know who the king is. That's right. And these guys need him. He doesn't need them. Alexander Usyk can choose to fight whoever he wants. He is now the draw in the heavyweight division. He is the big name.
Adam Smith nails it. This fight is part of Moses's education, but make no mistake, he's entering as the heavy favorite for a reason. 12 fights, 12 wins, 10 knockouts. That's not just form, that's dominance. Add a perfect amateur record and glowing praise from elite heavyweights, and you've got a young fighter who's not just talented, but respected. Compare that to Whyte's recent history, bruising losses, fitness questions, and a reputation for folding under real pressure. This isn't just a test for Moses. It's an opportunity to take a big name and make a statement so loud it echoes through the division. Smith's point about education works both ways. Because if Whyte dares to press him, we'll see just how dangerous Moses can be when challenged. And if Whyte plays cautious, Moses will still dismantle him and prove that experience means nothing against raw, hungry brilliance.
And Daniel's obviously very disappointed. He's in the dressing room at the moment, and if he's going to come back, he's got to learn from it. He's only 27 years.
Fraser Clark is cautiously optimistic, but let's be real. If Moses wants to make a statement, Dillian Whyte is the perfect target. Clark hints at the danger of overexcitement, but Moses' composure in the ring has been one of his standout traits. The way he dismantles opponents with clinical precision shows he's not just a heavy-handed brawler, he's a calculated destroyer. Whyte, on the other hand, is walking into this with a baggage of recent humiliations, questionable stamina, and a style that's lost its edge. Clark's belief that it could end early is spot on. Moses has the tools to shut this down within a few rounds. He's faster, sharper, and far more disciplined. If Whyte tries to survive, Moses will pick him apart. If he tries to stand and trade, he'll get put to sleep. Either way, this is Moses's moment to prove that his rise isn't hype. It's inevitable.
So he's got just unbelievable movement. His angles, the way he boxes, his fucking feints and movement, total next level.
And if anyone still doubts that inevitability, Simon Jordan's take should put it into perspective. Jordan is right. No one has troubled Moses yet, and that's why this fight has intrigue. But here's the reality. Whyte is no longer the kind of fighter who can genuinely test him. Once maybe now, the legs are slower, the chin's been cracked, and the hunger seems gone. If Moses blasts him out early, critics will say,
boxing world wanting to go there, because Moses Itauma is fascinating. I spoke to Francis Warren ringside on Saturday night. You had a microphone as well. Were you allowed to put the pressure on them to speak? Because I just did anyway.
Whyte was finished anyway. But that misses the point. Every big name Moses takes down, whether they're prime or past it, builds the psychological aura that future opponents must face. And if by some miracle, Whyte comes forward with aggression, Moses has the perfect chance to showcase not just power, but adaptability under pressure. That's what separates hype jobs from future champions. And Moses has the chance to prove which side he's on. For Whyte, this is about survival. For Moses, It's about sending a warning to the entire heavyweight division.
Everything, because he knows it's the last chance saloon for him. He needs the victory here. So, look, we find out just how good Moses Itauma is, I think, on the 16th of August when he boxes Dillian Whyte, because I think he wins it and wins it in style. But everyone they put in front of him so far, he's just dismantled. I think this kid's going to go on and win.
Adam Smith's breakdown hits the nail on the head. Moses has the rare blend of speed and power that turns good fighters into great ones. A slick southpaw who moves like a middleweight but hits like a true heavyweight is a nightmare for anyone, let alone someone like Whitey, whose footwork and reaction time have slowed. That awkwardness Smith mentions isn't just about stance. It's about rhythm. Moses doesn't fight in predictable patterns. He baits, shifts, and unleashes. Punches opponents don't see coming. Whitey has shown vulnerability to sharp counters, and Moses' timing could exploit that flaw brutally. Add the fact that Moses is still developing and improving at a rapid pace. And you've got a fighter who could overwhelm Whitey both physically and mentally. If he dominates here, it won't just be a win. It will be a declaration that the heavyweight future has already arrived. And its name is Moses Itauma. When the dust settles on fight night, this won't just be another bout on the heavyweight calendar. It's the clash between a hungry, undefeated force and a fading name clinging to relevance. For Moses Itauma, victory isn't just about adding Dillian Whyte to his record. It's about sending shock waves through the division, proving he can dismantle big names with the same ruthless efficiency he's shown against every other opponent. A win here cements him as the face of boxing's next era. A fighter with the speed, power, and mindset to dominate for years. For Whyte, this is nothing short of a last stand. If he shocks the world, he resurrects a career that many believe is past its sell-by date, silencing critics who call him a quitter, a ducker, a man who runs when the fire gets hot. But if he falls, especially if it's brutal and early, his legacy will be defined by this downfall, not past glories. Mentally, Moses looks sharper, hungrier, and far more dangerous. While Whyte seems weighed down by history and doubt, the stakes, pride, reputation, and the chance to either launch a career into superstardom or drag one back from the brink. This is the kind of fight where one man leaves with everything and the other leaves with excuses. So, here's the question. Are you backing Moses Itauma to usher in the new era, or do you believe Dillian Whyte's got one last shock left in him?